Hey there, Libra. I'm doing a after Venus retrograde reading. This one is for you. I know the retrograde of Venus has been particularly hard on Libras because that's their ruling planet. So we're having a look at after the retrograde. So right in your first house, Libra, is the planet I'm talking about. It's Venus, and it's sitting in your first house. I've been over this many times. At this particular time, you are attractive. You are just attractive. You're not even trying. You're just attractive. The reason for that is Venus is sitting in your first house of appearance, ego, new beginnings, first impressions. You just, to other people, you're just attractive right now because Venus in Libra naturally just brings a beauty to you. So, when you're stepping out on those trips to the supermarket or to the store, it's a good idea if you're single and looking to go ahead and just take a couple seconds to put on that lip gloss or anything that will just enhance your appearance. But it won't take much, Libra. It won't take much. Okay, so moving on. The sun is in your second house, putting a spotlight on your finances. So it's in Scorpio. If you ask me, the sun in that position doesn't give too much of an enhancement. But you may see something good come towards your finances, but it's more going to be in the way of I don't want to say being on display because that doesn't make sense. Center stage. Yeah, it's going to be more in the way of center stage. So you might be coming up with creative ideas to make your business center stage, or you might make yourself center stage. And this will be in order to enhance your finances at this time. I hope that made sense. Okay, let's have a look at your third house, Libra. You have two planets there. You've got Jupiter and you've got Mercury. So as usual, Mercury being in the third house and Mercury being retrograde, we want to make sure that we're double checking all emails, double checking text messages. Mercury being retrograde can cause miscommunications between people and miscommunications in media contracts and agreements. So we want to be sure that we are asking people, did you mean XYZ? Just for clarity, just to be clear. Okay, so Jupiter in your third house, Libra, I always say, the third house is about twins. It's about twin flames, siblings. It's about friendships, close friends. And it represents the media. Now, Jupiter is still in your third house, meaning that you may find yourself kind of expanding through media somehow. That's what it's saying, expanding through media or expanding friendships, maybe even both. But there's expansion, growth, and opportunity in media, friendships, maybe even love somehow, the twin flame kind. Okay, so Libra, let's keep going. Here's your fourth house. I've gone over that many times with you already, but somebody may be watching this who has no clue what's going on. Fourth house talks about domestic issues, home, family, literally the house, literally the home. So Saturn's there. Saturn can talk about restriction, but it can also talk about laying a foundation and something more stable long-term. And Pluto can talk about rebuilding. Sometimes we just have to tear something down and, make it new somehow. So your domestic life is being highlighted, Libra. And it looks like it's for the better in some way. But it may take time for you to kind of get this or understand. But anyways, it does talk about foundations and rebuilding. Yeah, and you could be, putting on an addition to your home, putting up some wallpaper, new carpeting, can be so many things. Okay, Libra, let's look at your sixth house. So your sixth house is packed. We're talking about work. We're talking about fitness. We're talking about Routine. So it's our day-to-day routine, work, fitness, healing, health. It's ruled by Virgo. You've got all these 4 planets sitting in Pisces. And Pisces is a very healing zodiac sign. Neptune is there. Neptune is there. If you're an intuitive person, you may be feeling like your intuition is not as on point as it could be at this time, especially if you feel like it's something that you use in your line of work. You might be feeling like it's not as good as it usually could be. Chiron is there. Chiron is there to help us heal, but it is retrograde at this time. So you might be feeling like, hey, you know what? I'm healing, but I'm not fully there yet for some reason. Not fully and completely. So when it does go direct, you feel like you might be able, even finding yourself saying, I'm fully healed now, something to that effect. And you still have Uranus in your 7th house, and Uranus in the 7th house can bring issues between people, one-to-one, disagreements, especially being in Aries. And as I've stated earlier, it will be going direct in Aries in January. Yes, January 5th. So these issues won't be existing because of Uranus in Aries in the 7th anymore. And there is Juno. I've just started to include Juno. Juno talks about soulmates, twin flames, and people who become our life partners. Now, this is a general reading. This is not your chart, but it is sitting in your 8th house, which tells me that if you do meet somebody at this time who you do feel like, hey, you know, this could be the one, they might be very, they might like to do the wild thing a lot. I'm just saying, because it's in the 8th house. Or they may be coming into your life to kind of help you to sort out like your finances in terms of like savings and whatnot. Or the two of you might even want to start a business together. I don't know that it would be a long-term relationship. It could be, because Uranus is highlighting your 7th house. But yeah, I couldn't really state whether or not it would be long-term. Okay, Libra. 10th house. Oh yeah, that's just a node, which I'm not going to discuss at this time. So basically, that was your reading, Libra. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope it made sense to you. Overall, looks like a good month, but I'm thinking with Venus in your 1st house, and it's naturally ruled by Aries. Aries, they're self-starters. They're very much self-made. I'm expecting that you should have some improvements in terms of, if you run a business, a small business, you should have some improvements with that. And it looks like you're going to be sending out much communications of some sort, perhaps through media or social media, something like that. Okay, Libra, thank you so much for joining me. And please do stop by again. If this video made sense to you, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like notifications, please do subscribe. Thanks. Bye for now.